Why does life feel off, especially when it looks like it's going so amazing from the outside looking in? Man, this one really hits home. The amount of times in my life, especially growing up, where people would look at my life from the outside looking in and say, hey, oh, you have everything. You have this parent, you have your mom, you have your dad, you're, let's say, attractive, you're good at sports, intelligent, all these things, right? I could sit here and kind of speak on my personal traits. If only people knew, right? That's kind of the framing, guys. It's like little did they know that, man, I had to struggle with deep bouts of mental troubles, man. Really. Doctor visits, I mean, surgeries. It's like they would never understand the level of mental fortitude that I had to build in that time. Even if every time they saw me, it's like, oh, I want to be this guy. But they didn't want to be me, man. They wanted to be what it looked like I was. But little did they know. That's a few hours or a few minutes of the day that you get to see me, but you don't see the actual work going in behind someone or the actual pain and tumult that is presented in someone's life. Because behind every good man, there is struggle. There's difficulty. That's what forges you into that, friend. And so, why does this matter? Because you, let's say, I'm sure you're successful in an area in your life, or people look at you and say, oh man, I'm proud of this guy. This is someone that I admire, which is amazing. And you have certain things, let's say you're financially stable or well off. That's amazing. But why don't you feel that way? Why don't you have the feeling that people, when they see your life on the outside, get? Why don't you have that feeling? It's just them, not really you. So how do we work on that? How do we change that? And in reality, the only way to change that, guys, is by having values and morals. And I don't define those for you. We all have different ones. But as long as you have those fully written down, fully established, and you curate your life to live in accordance to those. That is where the difference lies. Because now that you are living your life in accordance to your values, you're in alignment. You're doing the right things. So let's say if someone sees you as differently on the outside, okay, well, that person wasn't meant to see you as good in the first place, or as someone they're fond of in the first place. Because in reality, their fondness of you was built up on something that wasn't innately true. And let me ask you this. Would you prefer someone to like you because of an image or something that you are displaying that isn't true, that you don't like to do, that you don't like to broadcast? Or someone that likes you for being you? And let me ask you this. Would you prefer to be a billionaire and have all the women and everything on the outside looking in, and everyone like, oh man, I want to be this guy, oh, handsome, this, whatever it may be. But every night that you're in your bed alone, or even with a girl, you're just empty. And you're like, man, I thought that this life was going to be better. I thought that this was everything that they told me to do. And I'm here and my life feels off. And that's because you're not in alignment with what's valuable to you. So how do we get there? You need to write now, friend. Like get a pad, something to write on right now. I'll give you a moment. Pull it up. It's very important. All right, good. So you are going to write down your values. All right, what are my values? What is it exactly that I want to live my life in accordance with? Okay. And let's put this into branches. I want you to have one spiritual value. Whatever you may believe in. I believe in God. So my value is in accordance to that. Okay. To God, right? If you have a different spiritual way to view lives, whatever that may be, But it's important because your spiritual anchor is what will hold you at your center, at your core. It will keep you firm as a rock. So you need to have that written down. Okay, good. All right, the next value. Okay, financially, what is it that you value about money? Of course, money is extremely important and we need it in society. But what is it about it? Do you value just having money for status, or do you value what money brings to your life and what you are able to do with money? Because that trait right there needs to be clarified because it's such an important role in society and in life. So you need to have that written down. Okay, this is my value of money. All right. And so now relationships and relationally, how do you want to be perceived in your relationships? And how do you treat your relationships? Okay, so you write this down. In my relationships with my spouse or partner, I want to be perceived as someone devoted, caring, and loving, and responsible with my parts of the relationship. Good. Value down. Okay. And now let's say with with family members / close friends. All right. So how do you want to be seen? And how do you want to feel? What is it that you want to transmute outwards? Okay. So you have this written. All right. So I want to be seen as a man who is caring, thoughtful, and genuine, and unauthentically myself, for example. Okay, nice. And then people who meet you for the first time, how is it that you, in general, because of course there are exceptions to any rule, but in general, what is it that you want people to feel when they interact with you? Or how do you want to interact with others? Okay, I want to be respectful, honest, and for example, thoughtful. Cool. Okay, so that value is done. Perfect. All right, so now we can move over into your personal health. All right, so we write that down again. Okay, what's my value with health? What are my things that I wouldn't do? Okay. Are you someone who, let's say, is natural? Are you enhanced, for example? What is it that you do as far as that pertains? Do you train every day? Are you going to train twice a week? Whatever it may be, write that down. You need to have that clear to yourself. Okay, this is what I do when it pertains to this, my health, which is supremely important. All right, perfect. And so now you have your health sorted. All right, so we covered spiritually, financially, and health-wise. All right. And your fourth value is mentally. And guys, all these topics that I cover, the majority of them are all inward speaking because the external can change. I mean, you can get in amazing shape like that in 2 months if you're doing everything right, so that's the physical is the easiest one to change, brother. It's the easiest one to change. So that's why I don't really speak on that as much. You can go and you can watch countless videos. You guys know about this, about external changes. You know what I mean? So yes. All right. So the last one that we're going to get into here is mentally. All right. So mentally, okay. What are the thoughts that you would like to be picked up by your brain on the frequency that you're at? What are the things you want to be fixated on? Okay, good. In my case, mentally, I'm fixated on always doing the best I can and on improving. Having a growth mindset. And the improvement part doesn't mean that you're going to be thinking that, oh, you're bad or, oh, you're in a bad spot. No, it's acknowledging that, hey, I'm a great person, an amazing person, but I can still improve in other areas. And not even out of necessity, but out of love for myself and for seeing, hey, where can I go? Let's just see, man. So that's very important. All right. So those are the 4 pillars, values that you have, man. Once you have those, I mean, just look at them. It's like, wow. I'm sure even me doing the exercise with you guys as well, friends. It just is like, yeah, man, that's what it is. And if you live your life in accordance to your values, how are you going to feel off? Everything is aligned. Like, oh, well, this is that, but, well, I'm being me at the end of the day. Oh, this is happening. Well, it is in alignment with who I am. It's like, oh, well, that person doesn't like me. Well, just being me. Oh, this financial opportunity didn't go through. Well, it aligns with my financial hindrances, let's say, or the things that I would never do. It aligns. So, I mean, that's all that matters, friend. Okay. So, those people who did that exercise, excellent. You guys are going to be winning, man. So, a little bit about myself to add here, man. I feel, man, super qualified to speak about this topic. Growing up, guys, my life was chaos. It was chaos internally. But if you spoke to all my friends, the parents of my friends, everyone that I hang out with, oh my gosh, Gabriel, amazing kid. I want to be like him. Ladies, let's say, oh, hey, we like Gabriel, whatever it may be. Man, if only they could actually have felt it, right? Like the life was like, brother, you don't want this life. I'm trying to escape that life, growing up at those times. I was trying to escape them actively. And all right, let me put it into a manner that I know a lot of the men here are going to understand. Okay, for example, let's say with ladies, right? I don't know about you all, but it was always something curious to me. I had a friend say, hey, bro, you have these potential bodies, as they would say, bodies referring to like sexual partners back in high school. And, oh, Gabriel, this girl talked about you, whatever it may be. And, man, it would just be like, yo, sure, the girl likes me, but for what, dude? Internally, I'm off. Like, I was off, man. And that's why nothing really resulted. It'd always be like, oh, I like this person, but internally there's something that isn't in alignment with who they are. And that's what it is, man. The amount of partners, let's say, or potential partners, things like that I had that ultimately didn't really transpire anything is because, man, I'm off. I'm showcasing something that I'm not. And it's not like I went out of my way to showcase it. That's just what it was. And it's quite funny because even in my relationships with friends, man, like, oh, they would see this, but there would always be weird energy because I wasn't in alignment, man. I wasn't. And I didn't have any psychological safety at all, man. None. I'm doing my thing, and gratefully, hey, let's say my gifts are displaying themselves. As we all have gifts at the end of the day. All of us, we can have different ones, but we all have gifts. The thing is, if you don't take the time to cultivate them and to have them rooted within yourself, within your identity, well, what's really the point of them? What's the point of having the gifts if you don't actually cultivate them? I mean, at that point, they're just potential. And yeah, guys, just know that, man. Like, sure, it's cool to seem like Prince Charming or someone that has everything sorted off and sorted out. And if you're that person and you enjoy that, well, kudos to you, friend. The only thing I would say with that is that really what you want? Do you truly want a life that looks better than what it actually is internally? Do you want a life that other people like more than you? I don't, man. I don't want that life. It's actually the opposite now. I prefer to have a life that I love more than anyone else. And that goes with my partner. I'm not doing things any longer to, let's say, be something that I'm not, to show a face that I'm not. I won't do that, man. Because then I'm off. And that internal friction, there's nothing that can really stop it externally. Nothing. Absolutely nothing can stop that internal friction, man. Nothing. You can sleep with as many girls, you can get as much money, you can go to as many parties. I mean, you can do whatever, man. And it will never go until you actually take the time out and become aligned. Live in accordance to your values and the things that you need to do. That is what matters. Live in accordance. Embody it, man. Because with this, guys, the level of emotional regulation that will increase and improve just from you living in alignment with what is actually true within you, I mean, it's night and day difference. Because your nervous system isn't just going to be jumping around all of the time like, oh, here, and there, because no, you're in alignment. This is who you are. So that's very important, guys. I don't want you to feel off, man. I want you to enjoy the fruits of your labor. If that's truly what you want, if you genuinely want to have a life that looks amazing on Instagram, as we always hear the tale, guys, if you want to be the one that drives the Lamborghinis and, oh, look at this lady that I'm with, look at this money I have, look at this house I have, look at the friends I have, look at my bank account, and look at how people react to me. If that's what you want, and we all know, but deep down it's like suicidal and feeling absolutely terrible, and the level of insecurity people could never imagine. And if that's what you want, friend, well, hey, I respect you for taking that decision, as long as that decision is in accordance with who you truly want to be. And however, if you are on the opposite spectrum and you actually don't care about that, man, you want to be financially stable, you want to take care of one person, yourself and your partner, you want to be able to help other people, and you want to actually make an impact on the world that will transcend even your time here, well, you need to be in alignment. And you need to do those things, man, so that you don't feel off. Because feeling off is a feeling that, quite frankly, you don't deserve. You deserve to feel on. You deserve to have on days, and you deserve to have, let's say, off days, but you don't deserve to feel off. Because feeling off goes to your general state. You're feeling off because in general you feel off. Maybe you feel good a couple of days, but in general you feel off. So you have to work on that, friend. Are you really going to sit here and have a life that truly only looks good to onlookers rather than yourself, to outsiders? Is that truly what you want? Being honest with me. I'm not judging you at all. I just want you to be honest. Is that truly what you want? Or do you want to go to bed every night and feel content and wake up early, naturally, not worrying about what anyone says or thinks or how you're perceived, because you're good internally and you are living in accordance to your values? Because let me tell you now, friend, that is what you deserve. Now is your time.